There you go.
Okay, want me to start talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have at her. Tell us all about it.
It's 1953 Ford F-100 or F1 half-ton pickup. Has never had any rust on it. Has not ever been wrecked. It was a genuine barn find. Stripped down to the bare frame and done back up from there. It's got an aftermarket forward tilt hood assembly on it here. It's got a new radiator, and it's a triple pass radiator. It means coolant flows through the radiator 3 times before it goes to the engine, and it cools the 396 just fine. It's a 396 engine, it's a 1966 model. It's been totally rebuilt, been rebored, new pistons, crank, ground, heads done, new rings, bearings, camshaft, everything's new in the engine. It's got headers on it, it's got a mild cam in it, real mild. It's got a Carter Edelbrock carburetor on it. Electronic ignition inside of the original distributor cap on it, so there's no points. It's got a turbo 350 transmission in it. It's a dual pattern 350, means it'll fit behind a Chevrolet or a BOP. Rebuilt by Chance Transmissions. It's got a 3000 stall converter in it, which is put in it just for parades so that you didn't have to ride the brakes that much on it. It's got a complete new front suspension under it. Everything on the front's new. Rack and pinion steering, independent front suspension, disc brakes on it. Has 0 miles on the front end. Hasn't even been driven. It needs to go to the alignment shop and get front end aligned. It's got new tires, new wheels on it all the way around. It's got a new I Did It steering column in it. It's a tilt column. Got a tilt steering column in it. So I did it with the transmission indicator on the column, just like a Chevrolet is what it basically is, but I did it. It's got a cable accelerator pedal assembly in it. Accelerator been moved over 2 inches for better clearance because these old trucks didn't have much clearance. Got a custom aluminum brake pad on it, moved over a little bit also for clearance in that. Aftermarket gauges under the dash. What the truck does not have on it is, it does not have air conditioning, does not have a stereo. It's got a place for original radio if it would have had one, which it didn't. And it doesn't have sill plates. Got all the matte, new carpet. You can see the floorboards. There is no rust, never has been any rust. Truck sat in the barn for almost 40 years. Upholstery is new in it. Seats recovered, door panels, headliner, carpets, so forth, done by Ostner's in Conway Springs. The running boards on the truck are new, not because there's rust or anything, but they had some farm dents in them. So it's got new ones on there. The bed is an aluminum tread plate bed in it. It's got wheel tubs put in it so you can run a little bit wider tires on it because it's got wider tires and wheels all the way around on the truck. Tailgate is new for the same reason running boards were new. Had dents in it. Let them take them out. Got a new tailgate. It's got hidden latches on it instead of the chains that used to anchor the old tailgates. It's got the inside latches to release the tailgate and new hinges. New back bumper, new tail lights, full new exhaust on it. This truck honestly does not have 250 miles on it since it was frame off on it. It has spent its life sitting.
Step around this side here. There we go.
Still has the original Ford under dash heater in it. It's not hooked up. Don't know if the core leaks or not. The idea was to put vintage air and heat in it. And it is converted over to 12 volt as you can see there, and you can see more of the floorboard area. There is no rust, never has been.
The only thing it lacks is the creature comforts of AC, heat,
Needs a
radio.
stereo, needs the air conditioning, you know.
Right.
Sill plates, just however a person want to finish it out, you know. This actually belongs to my youngest son, and he always wanted one of these. I found him one, we redid it, and then he was afraid to drive it because he was afraid he might get it scratched. So it either sits in his garage or my garage.
All right.
Engine and transmission installation. There was nothing cut, nothing welded, nothing on the frame or anything for mounts. We used a Ford truck horseshoe motor mount on it, modified it to go right back in the factory Ford mount, built bat wing mounts for the back of the engine, bolts right down the stock Ford motor mounts on it. So the only thing that's been modified on the truck is taking out the axle and welding in the new cross member for the independent front suspension, which that took a lot of talking to my boy to do that because he didn't want anything changed on the truck, but these old trucks drove like crap. They were rough. This here will smooth it out, make it drivable. And that vent opens from inside, and yes, it does work.
We'll go around
It's got all new weather stripping in it, new glass, so forth.
And you can feel it on the doors when you open and close them.
New front bumper, new parking lights, original chrome on the headlights.